All right, let's swing into some updates here about our party and what's going on. First, and I just love it that every month I get to show so much appreciation for all those that helped our cause. First of all, we have a fantastic committee that helped with the Carnell Drum and Maze dinner led by April. But the Swindells were there as always. Wanda Moore helped organize the food and also some of the tributes with our fallen members. She was instrumental in helping make that success. May offered tons of advice, helped sell a lot of tickets from her store. We thank her so much for that. And Judith and Audrey also helped coordinate activities, especially Audrey with the Yellow Dog Democrat Award. All of you have done a great job. Hey, I'm going to circle back. Ann Hare asked a great question. Do you know when they can start counting ballots? Not until Election Day. So even though you've cast your vote through early absentee, they will not count it until November 3rd. They'll record that they received it. You can check on scvotes.gov and they'll validate that they've got it from you, but they will not open them until Election Day and do the counting that way. That's a good question. I'm also very appreciative of continuing church speaking opportunities. I had a chance to speak with Jacob Chapel Baptist Church. That's Mizzy the Childs' church. Had a great time speaking there and getting the word out about voting and the rules and so on, and just encouraging that sense of urgency that we have to get out to vote. And then I also had a chance last week to speak with the historic Goodman Creek Baptist Church. They're not local, but they have a following online of hundreds of thousands. And I got invited to participate in a podcast panel to talk about voter registration, the voter rules. And Dr. White and Coach Johnson did an amazing job. It was so much fun. I've linked to this on our Greenwood Democrats private Facebook group. So I'll also, try to find another link to it that you can watch. But it was a ton of fun, good spirits, lots of diversity, different points of view from military, from college, and then myself being a party official. That was fun. On the voter registration front, Lachey and Ahmad Hart have been working gangbusters to get us voter registration opportunities, and Michael Gaskin sat with us to help register voters at an event a couple of weeks ago at Brewer Recreation Center. Greatly appreciate their assistance there, and they continue to want to push out voting opportunities. We have started giving out our Democratic voter guides. And already last weekend, we've started hitting the pavement. I want to thank Carl, Contessa, Jitwan, Matthew, Ann, Wanda, and Edith for helping organize groups and distributing these. We have thousands of more to go. We'll talk about that in a second, but I just want to appreciate those people. And then as far as generosity, you know what, far too many people to capture. Everybody who bought a ticket to the Carnell Drum and Maze dinner, they bought that ticket on faith because it was something new that we were trying. It was a digital era, it being a virtual, food being picked up in a drive-through manner. Everybody was generous in what they donated. We had quite a few people who donated tickets so that other members could participate on their behalf. So again, the generosity that the Democrats in Greenwood continue to show is just outstanding and inspiring. So let's talk about our voter guides. This is one of the main goals for us here in October, is to get the information out to the people. And so this is a copy of our trifold. As you saw in our email newsletter, you can link right to it. We have a PDF of it available on our website that you can print out yourself. But we have gone ahead with the generous donations that we've received, and we had thousands of them professionally printed, folded, and ready for distribution. There's not to be any knocking on doors. We're just going to leave it behind hanging on doorknobs. We will provide all of the materials. You do not need to bring anything but a good pair of shoes and a sense of direction. So if you can help in this cause, we can't do it just with a few people. We truly need a Democratic Army who can take an hour or two to hand them out yourselves. Contact us at info@gwdcountydems.org, or you can call 864-715-2341. If you do participate, you will be given a turf or two to work. We've got the turfs already prepped. We've targeted specific houses where we believe these guides will make the most difference. We're not just going randomly from door to door, throwing these guides away where they're not even going to be looked at. These are houses that we have determined through our databases where we can encourage them to get out and vote, be educated about the candidates that are running, and really increase that participation. So we've got the turfs lined up. It takes about an hour or two per turf to hit the doors. And again, we're not looking to knock on doors. We're looking to tape them on the side of a mailbox, stick them in a newspaper bin, or hang them on the doorknob. So it's truly in and out. Again, contact us if you are able to help. We need the bodies. In fact, I'll be going out right after this meeting, meeting up with Carl and Ann, and we're going to go to town in a couple of turfs to help our candidates out. Some other items. The executive committee is starting to talk about rides to the polls, so follow us on Facebook, watch your emails for more details on that front. We are continuing to work to support our candidates. If they have ideas and would like some assistance from our party, they have my number and they know to call me directly. And some have done so already, so congrats to them. We're also going to be especially reaching out to those who are registered to vote, but did not vote in 2018. There are some precincts that are Democratic leaning, but turnout, it's like 30%, 35%. So if we can increase that 35% up to 50, 60, 70% turnout, that's so many more votes for our Democratic candidates to help good people like Ann Parks or Denise or Floyd Nicholson or Jose Villa. We need to get the bodies out. They are out there. We have reformed the search and support committee. So we are thinking already beyond November 3rd, and starting November 4th, we're going to start recruiting for the 2022 election. We are going to commit to ensuring that no elected position goes unchallenged in 2022. We had 3 county council positions up for re-election or up for election this November, and all 3 were unchallenged by Democratic candidates. And that's something that we will just not let happen again. We also have a note in our chat box from Stephanie Denise. Thank you very much. We have a voter protection unit that the South Carolina Democratic Party has formed. They are looking for volunteers to help protect the vote. And if you can volunteer as a poll watcher or help on a hotline, or even if you have legal experience, if you're a lawyer, they're looking to create a room there to keep down on voter fraud. We will publish that information. There's an online form you can fill out, a phone number we can call, and we will be pushing that out to all of our members. We've done so already, but you know what, as we get closer to the election, you need to have that information handy, and so we'll put that out there. So Stephanie, thank you for that reminder. That is an absolutely good point to be made, and we'll make sure to increase that communication. Some upcoming events. Again, right around the corner is Monday, October 5th, in-person absentee voting begins. Here's another crazy thing. That date used to be September 28th. Let's see if I have something handy to show you. No, I guess not. Here we go. That date used to be September 28th. It was published on the South Carolina Elections Commission's website. We took a screenshot of that. We pushed it out on our own Facebook page. Then we went ahead and printed those 5,000 guides with September 28th as the date for in-person absentee voting. And then the Republican legislature got in and yanked that away and says, you know what, Election Commission, you're not authorized to set the begin date for in-person absentee voting. We're going to kick it back to October 5th. And we literally had to go through and update all of these guides by hand, 5,000 of them. We crossed out September 28th and put in October 5th so that we were not out there spreading false information. But we were sure to put in a little slip of paper into these guides that indicated why they're seeing that manual update made on those voter guides. There is supposedly a Get Out the Vote rally being held by the South Carolina Democratic Party. It is a mobile unit that's going from town to town. And from what I hear on Tuesday, October 6th, over at West Cambridge Park at 10 a.m., that mobile unit will be there. They'll have literature and bumper stickers and maybe even signs to hand out. They haven't officially announced it yet. I am still waiting for an official word from the Democratic Party that I have not received at this point. But one of our members received the request to reserve that park for that time for this reason. So I have some high confidence that that will be the case. But again, watch our social media, watch your emails for late breaking news as it arrives. Our next virtual breakfast meeting, our November meeting, is actually going to be held on Saturday, October 31st. We wanted to make sure we had one more meeting before Election Day to handle any late breaking news. You know what? Things are changing so fast around here. I can't even begin to imagine what the state of the nation is going to be on October 31st, what candidates will still be running at that time. I just can't wait to see what it's going to be. We've got another note here from Audrey Witherspoon. Thank you, Audrey. She writes, paid workers or paid poll workers can contact Lisa Hawthorne at 864-942-8648 at the voter registration office to be trained. So yes, you can be a paid poll worker. In fact, I did that myself over June. Had an absolutely wonderful time. It is a very rewarding experience, an experience where you're doing your civic duty and getting a little paycheck in the process. And it's just, you know, a good group of people to work with. We will push that information out. Thank you again. Then, of course, Election Day is Tuesday, November 3rd. All right. I'm going to wrap up here in our final couple minutes with another rant, if I may. I want to talk about a coronavirus rant. And let me tell you what triggered this. My county councilman, Councilman Robbie Templeton, he's up for re-election. He is also unchallenged this time, which is absolutely unfortunate because, and I didn't realize it probably until too late, he is 100% on board with the Trump train. And so, as we know, our president and the first lady and just about everybody else in the White House has tested positive for the coronavirus. And so yesterday, Robbie puts this on Twitter because I follow him. And he retweeted this guy who said, President Donald Trump's COVID-19 diagnosis proved one thing. Those who said our president has no compassion have none themselves. And Robbie comments this, sad but true. So I could not let that lie, and I replied in kind, also sad but true. And this is a clip from 2016 where Donald Trump mocked Hillary Clinton over her pneumonia. And in fact, what I would like to do is play that clip for you. I want you to hear for yourself what Donald Trump said about Hillary back in 2016 when she fell ill from pneumonia.
But here's a woman. She's supposed to fight all of these different things, and she can't make it 15 feet to her car. Give me a break. Give me a break. Give me a break. She's home resting right now. She's getting ready for her next speech, which is going to be about 15 minutes, and it's going to be in 2 or 3 days.
All right, so you heard it for yourself. Oh, I want to stop. Thank you. So you heard it for yourself. You heard what compassionate Donald Trump had to say when his opponent took ill. And I just said, you know, that is absolutely nuts. So after I had that response, yeah, I became blocked by my county councilman who was triggered by the president's own words, not my words, the president's words. So, you know, what do you do with that? You know, I'll just say a couple words here. The Republican Party is supposed to be the party of personal accountability. If you don't have a job, it's your fault. Can't pay your bills, it's your fault. Got pregnant? Your fault. Can't afford health care? It's your fault. Did you get sick? It's your fault. Just take a look at the fact that they're trying to take away the pre-existing conditions mandate of the Affordable Care Act. So when Donald Trump, who openly mocked Joe Biden just last week for wearing a mask, he suddenly contracts COVID-19, and now we're not allowed to say it's his fault. And especially since he's done everything in his power to deny its seriousness and promote careless behavior. Now, there's not one Democrat who wants everything shut down forever, but the road to rapid recovery is only possible through responsible and minor modifications to our behavior. And this president and his supporters, including Robbie Templeton here, refuse to do that. They fight it at every step of the way. And so here we are this morning, still having our monthly breakfast meeting virtually. Look, you can certainly show empathy to a sick individual, and I honestly do not wish serious ill to our president, the first lady, or anybody caught up innocently from his super spreading path. But boy, it certainly would have been nice if President Trump showed any empathy towards the 211,000 citizens that have died just in the last 6 months from the coronavirus. And let alone those who got sick. I'm talking millions who have gotten sick and may have permanent health issues as a result. So yeah, let's continue to call him and his administration out. Let's stop this share for a second. Let's continue to call him and his administration out. We should not let up or let down. And in fact, in honor of this, I'll show this to you. I am wearing today a gift from my friend Karen Bright. She got me this shirt. This shirt still holds true today as it did yesterday, as it did last week, last month, last year, back even in 2016. So we're going to continue to fight the fight. We're not going to take our foot off the gas. I thank everybody for joining me this morning. I appreciate your time. I hope you found it informative and entertaining. And I look forward to working with everybody hand in hand as we head to Election Day. Joe Biden, believe it or not, is nearly tied with Donald Trump here in South Carolina. The latest polls show it. Rasmussen, I forget which poll it was. It was one of the respected polls. Absolutely mind-blowing that he is nearly tied with Donald Trump in South Carolina. And then who knows what the next few weeks can bring. All right, all. I wish you the best. Thank you. Take care and vote blue.